Midland Children's Rehab Center has been serving the community of Midland and the larger Permian Basin for 64 years. The center was started by a group of women who saw a need. They defined the need, and the community responded financially, as volunteers, as ambassadors, fundraisers, and basically that was the beginning of who we are today.
When you look at a place like Midland Children's Rehab Center, you see something deeper in the community that cares for itself, that cares for those who have tremendous need and lifts them up. And that's huge.
So Catherine is our third child. She was born with some minor issues, but everything seemed fine, and we expected to have a typical, healthy little girl. And in 24 hours, we were diagnosed with spinal meningitis, and we were diagnosed with Prader-Willi at the same time. And basically, the doctors told us, if she makes it, this is what her life will look like. She'll be delayed. She will hopefully be verbal. She's going to be hungry every day of her life.
We actually didn't find out that Ignacio had special needs until he was a year old. And we found out that Ignacio has a rare chromosomal disorder. It's known as tetrasomy 18p. And there's about 250 people in the world that have what he has.
From the time she was 2 weeks old, I heard over and over, if Catherine can ever, or Catherine will never do XYZ. And when I got to MCRC, the therapists here and the people here looked at my daughter and said, when Catherine starts eating, when Catherine starts walking.
When a child and family walk through our doors for the first time, sometimes they've just been given a diagnosis. And our job is to use the tools that we have to help get that child as far along as possible and to teach the families as much as we can how to best work with their child.
For us and for Ignacio, it's life-changing because every service he receives here, they're what's going to define the quality of life that he's going to have later on.
We provide cutting-edge therapy, and we do not bill the children or their families for the services they receive. And we are able to execute the plans we create with the family and the doctor without interruption or interference from a third-party payer. That totally changes the dynamics of what we are able to do here.
When we talk to people in our Prader-Willi community about MCRC and the level of service we have, they think, wow, that's fantastic. When we layer on that, by the way, it's run 100% on donations, their minds are blown.
It would be a house payment a month to be able to send him and receive the care that we received. I don't know what we would do without MCRC. I don't.
We just appreciate her therapists. They seem to love their job. And my daughter is not a cost-benefit analysis. My daughter is a person who has potential, and they look at her and say, not what will your insurance cover or what can you afford? They say, what does Catherine need? And whatever Catherine needs, they help me find a way to get that for her.
And then it's our job to play and to encourage and to show families what their child is capable of, and we can help you in this situation.
The children are at the heart of what we do, and everything we do here is about them.
I love that MCRC started with some women that saw that there's a need for kids that aren't being served right now. And so I think it would be amazing for them to know how many kids are coming through our doors that are getting therapy and are learning to walk and are learning to ride a horse and maybe eating or talking for the first time or using different adaptive equipment so that they can put on their own clothes by themselves.
I think MCRC truly shows the character of Midland and its love for the people that it doesn't necessarily know that they're willing to invest their resources into helping them heal and reach their full potential.
Whether it's time or money, how could I not support MCRC? It's a legacy that we can't let go of. We can't let that waste away.
Every check you write, every dollar you put into MCRC says, we see you, we care about you, and we want your child to reach whatever potential is in their future.
We as a staff, the board that support us, the donors that make this all possible are all connected as a small community. And one of the things that we have valued over the years is the importance of bringing the families who have a need into that community.
Ignacio is this full of life kid. He brings joy to our family every single day. You could be having the worst day ever, and then Ignacio comes around and he starts talking and everything just melts away. He brings a lot of joy to our family.
When she came here, she could not lift her head, and now she's walking and starting to talk and doing all these amazing things that we knew that she could do, but the literature told us that she might not be able to do. And her therapist said, until Catherine tells us she can't, we will pursue these goals with her.
If I was to meet someone that just received a diagnosis that their child has special needs, I would just want to make sure that they understand that there's hope out there, and that that they can still have dreams for their child. And their dreams might look a little different, but there's hope and there's help. And there's a wonderful community of people now that you are able to be a part of. And your child's life still has so much value and so much purpose and so much meaning.
When you get a complicated diagnosis, immediately a lot of dreams have to feel like you have to let go of. They start dying. And MCRC is a place where they resurrect those dreams.
I will never run again. I'll make it to the very end. I know I can, 'cause I get stronger every single day. No fears and doubts can't get in my way. My running days are done. Glory, here I come.